Om Shanti, and welcome to Soul to Soul. This is Rose from InnerSpace in Glasgow, and we're going to talk about just for you. So it's actually the power of service, because to give is to receive. This is actually a law of energy. It's not just Raj Yoga. It's the way it works. We all know this. To give is to receive. And this is the time of giving, actually, because it's now the Christmas season. We give gifts to say thank you. I care. And you are wonderful. And we do get something in return, usually a gift, but maybe not always, but sometimes just a smile, a good feeling, or maybe a gift in return. So giving is the true purpose of all souls. This is our purpose, to give. To serve and to contribute makes us feel alive. And we are happy when we feel we have something to give. And when we have an opportunity to share and our contribution is appreciated, then we really do feel happy because of that. It creates happiness. And so to give is to receive. I give, and if the person is so happy with whatever I give, then I feel the happiness. And so I feel happy in giving. But is there more to it, I wonder? Because we're all souls. Souls are points of energy, points of consciousness, always radiating energy. So what am I giving? What am I actually giving? What is the quality of my energy? So I'm giving all the time out. I might be giving annoyance and criticism. Might not be happy. I might be sharing unhappy things, so I'm giving out unhappiness. So is your contribution that's coming through your energy, is it lovely? Because it's a gift. When we go out to buy gifts for someone or for other people, we choose them very carefully. And we think, oh, they wouldn't like that. Oh, they would love that. Oh, no, I wouldn't get that. No, maybe get that for someone else. So we do know what it is that we can give to someone. We know what would make them feel happier. We think about what others would need or appreciate, and we package gifts with love and we give them with a smile. If we can. Nowadays it's not maybe so easy, but we prepare it with love. So now if we were to think about our thoughts and words, because these are also your gifts to the world. Now this is the bit that I need power to be able to choose carefully and give these gifts. Do you always choose your thoughts and words carefully? We think very fast, and I think it takes a bit of practice to be sure that at least we give something that's of use out there. Might not be the perfect gift at that point, but there has been some good thought going into it. And meditation gives me the time to think slowly and carefully. It's time to rediscover my own inner gifts of patience, love and peace. Just check, because patience is quite a big thing. I'd be surprised if everybody here was to say, yeah, I'm a very patient person. Because you can find that, oh gosh, I'm trying to get an outcome here, I'm trying to finish this, and oh, look at the time, oh gosh, I want this done by before this time, or so where did my patience go? Patience is an art, I would say, it's an art. So other energies to look at is our enthusiasm and sweetness. Again, if I feel myself shrinking a little bit and daunted, where's my enthusiasm at that point? I need to lift myself up and be enthusiastic because I'm alive, I'm a living energy. And sweetness. Whew, I was checking the other day of this energy of sweetness, and I thought, the more I can feed myself sweetness inside, the more I won't be attracted to eat things that are sweet, which people are very addicted to. We really want something sweet every now and again. And I would think that if I was filled with sweetness inside me, I wouldn't so quickly be looking for sweetness out there. So it's a kind of a sign that I could create more sweetness inside me, which means that we talk about love, but love and sweetness go together actually. Sweetness is a partner of love, to be sweeter, a little bit more sweet and kind and gentle in our attitudes to people is loving. And so if the sweetness is missing, and I think I'm being loving, but I've not got much sweetness in there, and I'm a bit maybe impatient, then if I have peace, enthusiasm and sweetness, then you could describe it as decorating yourself with the sparkle of virtues. And then you yourself become a living gift. And although you maybe not have much to give in a physical way, people would find your words and your vibrations soothing and uplifting. When you're calmer and less needy, then you can help others to feel special. But if you're always looking for what you need and what you want and what you don't have and what you're going to try and get, then you've got agitated, impatient and not sweet vibrations. So remember, to give is to receive. So if I give out unhappy energy, then by the law of energy, that unhappy energy will come back to me big time. Because if I've got unhappy energy in me, going out what I think to one person, that wouldn't be so bad, a bit of annoyance. But that energy goes out to touch the world. So it would come back to me from thousands and thousands and thousands of souls. So I would wonder why I feel so down. So if I check my energy and remember, You can help others to feel special. So remember, to give is to receive. So your own happiness will multiply over and over, like 1,000-fold. We hear things sometimes like, give one and get 1,000 in return, and you think, how could that be possible? But with every thought, you get 1,000-fold return. That's quite daunting, I have to say, but it's also amazingly uplifting. We talked recently about magic binoculars, which help you to open your third eye. But to give is to receive, is to have like a magic mirror where you can see how you're feeling, how you're thinking, and what you want to give to someone. And you can feel reassured by the fact that that's coming back. You won't give it to get it back, but you're going to get beautiful energy. And you wonder why some days you feel so light-hearted for no reason that you can think of. You didn't, nothing's changed. You still haven't got this or that or the next thing, and you haven't done anything dramatic, but you feel so light-hearted because your thoughts were beautiful and they came back to you. So it's really worth thinking about. This is real time. So your own happiness will multiply over and over. Because often we think, so how could I get happy? How could I be happy? Give happiness and receive it back 1,000-fold. So you'll become, and these are not big words without meaning. These are real. You'll become a spiritual millionaire because your inner treasure store will grow. And the secret is to practice being careful of the way you think. So pay attention to what's going on in your thoughts and feelings. And therefore be very careful what you put out into the atmosphere, because it will touch every soul in the world. If you think like that, you can see how you can change big situations. You maybe not be able to change them completely, utterly, absolutely, but you will have put in a good energy to situations that seem to be not very reassuring. So another good idea is, don't get attached to the subject or quality or skill or idea that you're sharing. So don't think, I'm so good at this and everybody thinks I'm great or anything like that. Find a way to stay light and a little detached. It's a feeling of, I'm passing it on. I'm passing on this skill. I'm passing on my enthusiasm. I'm passing on my creativity. And you don't have to do it through words. You just have to be it. Otherwise, it's a trap of ego, like, oh, I'm the only one that knows how to do this. No one's as good at this as me. And this will actually be daunting, because if you think so highly of yourself, but no one else does, you'll feel like undervalued. I am so good, I am so kind, I am so generous. So if you feel like this when you're doing something that's good, that's uplifting others, they will feel indebted to you. And that is not a true gift. I'm giving to get them to belong to me, to be my supporters, if you like. So the best gift is often from a secret Santa. It's good, that, isn't it? You never know who's give you the gift. You don't even know who the giver was. And the gift is freely given. And if you're happy with the gift, whoever gave the gift will feel that happiness, and it will also go out into the world. If whoever bought the gift as a secret Santa was totally fed up that day, couldn't be bothered, just seeing the only thing that they thought nobody will know it was me that gave it anyway, and just threw it in a bag and paid for it, and it was the cheapest thing they could find, then whoever gets that gift will think, oh, gosh, I didn't want one of these. Oh, I'm not too happy with that. So it will come back to you. And we never thought like this before, did we? Because we think that our thoughts are so secret and that we can get away with anything with our thoughts and no one will ever know what I thought. But the whole world knows what you think. Maybe not up front to point the finger at you, but the finger of energy will come back, not just to point at you, but to enter you. The discomfort you sent out will come back and make you agitate and feeling discomfort and not feeling too good today. Don't know what's happened. I must have eaten something or something. So it's really worth thinking about. So when you remember to have patience, love, peace, enthusiasm and sweetness, you're decorating yourself with the sparkle of virtues. And I love this, actually. You yourself become the living gift. And people will then find your words and vibrations soothing and uplifting. Just remember, to give is to receive. And so your own happiness will multiply over and over. And it's really incredible to think you can become a spiritual millionaire. So I think, it's Raj Yoga that teaches us this. You never would think that one thought would touch every soul on the planet. One thought. So I might as well make it a good thought if I possibly can. And for that, of course, I have to look at myself and start changing myself for the benefit of myself. And no one else can do this. I can only do it myself. And so when you do this, your inner treasure store will grow. You'll start, a lot of people will say, gosh, I feel great after I've done this meditation and since I've started to do this. The secret is to practice, being careful and to pay attention. And look at what's going on in your thoughts and feelings. And be very, very careful what you put out into the atmosphere. So, every time I think like this, or I've got the opportunity to share these kind of words, I feel so lucky. This is such a wonderful way to look at life. It's so empowering. Find a way to stay light and be a little detached. And whatever good stuff you do there with your thoughts, just feel you're passing it on. And step back from the credit. We don't want the credit. If someone gives the credit, you'd be very, very lovely and polite and thank you. Like someone gives you a gift, material gift, you're not going to go, oh no, I mustn't have them. I'm going to pretend I don't like that. No. It's very nice and very royal, and it helps a soul to know that that was a lovely thing to do. So if someone does praise you, you very royally accept it. That was lovely, thank you. It was a pleasure. I hope you enjoyed, etc., etc. Because we all know what it's like. We all know what it's like to wonder what's going on, to feel a little bit hopeless, to, all the different energies. And we know what it's like. And we know what it's like if nobody seems to appreciate. We know all of that. Doesn't matter what you do, you could sort of give your heart, and there appears to be no appreciation out there because the energy you put out, people don't know you're putting it out, you see. It's just the feelings that come back to you. But if you're daunted by not getting what you think you should get, then you're going to spoil the vibration that was on its way by getting the sort of downheartedness mixed in with it now. So, okay.
Yeah, I think that's a good, clear guide that you can mix you can spoil the gift.
You can spoil the gift.
If you're looking for, as you said, you're looking for people to be like your supporters in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
And it's obviously, in today's world, that's just everywhere. It's like followers, supporters, likes, etc.
Yeah.
So, but it's a jolly light thing to be so sure of the benefit of the gift that you don't need that. It's not like I'm such a martyr, I don't need any feedback or praise, but it's like you're so sure.
Yeah. And you're sure when you feel the lightness inside yourself that what you gave out has come back. You don't know who it's coming back from, and they don't know who gave it. So you're a secret Santa.
Every day.
Every day. Yeah.
Yeah, because as you said at the beginning, to give is to receive, we all know that. It's like a stock phrase. Everybody knows. But there seems to be a new kind of wave of depth of understanding that. It just seems very real now, maybe because there's not so much busyness of give and take, and it's more subtle give and take. Like I'm just feeling I'm able to contribute because of this way of looking at life. I can contribute and feel connected to others even when we're kind of in a sense cut off. But because of the practice of meditation, we can still be giving and feeling connected.
That's lovely. And that's a bonus, actually. We would not have chosen the things that are happening now, but there's always a benefit, and we have more time to think about things like this. And we can make areas where we can say, oh, but I'm in such a small space and I'm sharing it with so many people and it's chaotic. It's not, well, I don't share a space with very many people, but I find even if I just move into a quiet space in the house where there's no one at that point, I can think. And even before I go to sleep, I can stay awake for maybe an hour thinking my thoughts and preparing myself for understanding more and more. Other times and for the next day, etc., etc., I can think like this. And the other thing is you go to the shower. You can think when you're in the shower. Nobody else is going to come in there. Just go in the shower and think about things. I put on something to listen to that's beneficial and try to think, what's the deep meaning of that? What's the significance of that? And so all of us are in human bodies that are not always in the best state of health, so you can feel tired. It's like, oh my goodness. And then I feel once I've done some meditation, listened to some uplifting words, thought about it, sent out good wishes, I can feel like, gosh, I feel great. Absolutely great. How do I feel so great? You know? Mm.
To be careful sounds dull, but actually it seems to be the key. So how does meditation fit in? How does that help me to be more careful?
Because it encourages me to learn that whatever's going on in my physical world or in my physical body, but I mean, we do need to look after it physically and have medicines and things like that, and that's okay. But it's deeper than that. So if I keep thinking, this ointment's not really doing much, or this is well, the ointment maybe was doing okay, but my thoughts are now destroying that okayness in a way. So what I'm teaching myself is to keep on looking at the energies coming from here. So how am I thinking? Am I thinking light and fresh and buoyant and jubilant and kindly and very positive? If I'm thinking like that, then whatever I'm doing will be getting a boost of good energy. So to be very careful of your thoughts and your words. Be careful of your words, because the tiniest word that isn't right will scratch someone. And no matter how clever you are with words, you have to backpedal a lot to try and put that right. And sometimes it's already said, it's recorded on that soul, so hard to put it right. And so somehow you've got to prove that you're trustworthy. So if someone doesn't trust you, it doesn't matter all the gifts in the world, it's not going to put that right. And if after an event I try to pad it out with I'm sorry and good feelings and everything, but then I go and crash it again and again, the person won't trust. So there is a lot of things happening now, especially in the lockdown. People who were not in very happy circumstances before lockdown can find themselves in very abusive circumstances. And it's like the person who's hurting the other person, it's habits they have. They probably beg for forgiveness and didn't mean it and they're so sorry, etc., etc. But all these other energies are very forceful, and the person will stop trusting them. And once you lose the trust, that's it. Trust is gone. So it's all to do with how we think and how we feel, so be very, very careful. Do everything, even to bite your own tongue, rather than say something that will cause someone to worry.
So you said near the beginning about practically if you're choosing a gift, you think of the person, what would they like, what would they need, you choose it with care. How do you get better at understanding what a soul needs so that you can say just what's right, what's needed? Because sometimes you might get it slightly wrong, like I have. Like sometimes I might be bright and cheerful when actually what's required is coolness and silence.
I know.
And other times I might be calm and quiet when actually what's needed is communication and liveliness.
all the qualities you have actually mentioned just now are quite positive qualities. So even if you get the gift, and it's not quite the gift that they had their heart set on, but it would be a really nice gift anyway. I would say that you're not going too far wrong there. So just as long as you're creating, and you'll get better at it, choosing the appropriate gift. Yeah. Om Shanti. I think it's time for some meditation. Let's all of us together focus on sending out gifts to our nearest and dearest and onward to the world, because they'll go out to the world. So sitting still and quiet and seeing this wonderful gift that we've received from meditation is that I'm this beautiful shining soul in the center of my forehead, and I radiate this energy, whatever I think. Om Shanti. I'm a soul, a being of light, and the greatest gift I have received is understanding I am the energy in the center of my forehead. And when I remember all the energies that are the original energies of the soul, purest energy, peaceful energy, loving energy, happiness, and I send those energies into the world. Those energies have their own connections. Peace. I can remain quite content. I can remain soft and pliable, flexible, loving. I can be sweet, kind, understanding. Purest energy. I can understand freshness, coolness, cleanliness, newness. Happiness, light-hearted, smiling, cheerful, and steady, unshakable, joyous. I am a soul, and I come in connection with the divine, and I can feel those different energies every day. A being of peace and love, happiness. Om Shanti.